Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. So this is Mohamed Amin, and actually, in this lesson, we will talk about temperature, which is a complementary lesson for the weather lesson. It's the last thing the students have taken in the class. يعني النهارده هنتكلم عن temperature، ودي آخر حاجة، يعني دي الحاجة المكملة للدرس الأخير اللي خدوه في الفصل. هم آخر حاجة خدوها في الفصل طبعا كانت the weather. فالنهارده هنتكلم عن temperature. And when we talk about temperature, we will see what is the relationship between temperature and the weather. Actually, the weather lesson was talking about اللي هو الدرس بتاع الطقس ده كان بيتكلم عن how the weather is sunny, how the weather is windy, how the weather is snowy. But in the temperature lesson, we will know how hot or cold the weather is. هنعرف يعني ال weather يعني هيبقى hot ولا cold على حسب درجة الحرارة طبعا. So the temperature degree is very important here, and the other thing is that how related the temperature with the weather. I mean, if the temperature is so low, this means the weather will be cold or cool, and if the temperature is very high, this means the weather will be very hot. لو طبعا درجة الحرارة أو درجة حرارة اللي هي temperature أصلا معناها درجة حرارة، لو درجة الحرارة قليلة it will be very cold or cool. لو درجة حرارة very high عالية يبقى طبعا عندنا الويذر هيبقى يا إما sunny طبعا، حاجة كده يعني، or very sunny or whatever يعني. It will be summer even if we will talk about seasons. لو هنتكلم عن السيزونز اللي في فصول السنة هنعرف ان الطقس ساعتها طبعا ايه هيبقى في فصل الصيف او حاجة زي كده طبعا. Let's see here what are the different types of temperature. So this is the thermometer as you see on the screen. So this is the thermometer, and we can see if we are looking at this side, this is the downside, the low side of the thermometer, but this one is the high one. So if we are talking about the weather here or here, you will see that the weather is hot when the temperature is 25 to 40 Celsius. This means that the weather is hot when it's between 25 or 40 temperature degree. So if the temperature degree is 25 to 40, this means that the weather is hot. يعني طبعا لو احنا عندنا درجة الحرارة من 25 ل 40 درجة سلسيوس، سلسيوس طبعا وحدة قياس درجة الحرارة، فلو الحرارة من 25 ل 40 يبقى ده معناه ان ال weather is hot. يبقى احنا هنا عندنا ال weather related to temperature، متعلق بالtemperature. فال weather هيبقى hot امتى؟ لما يكون ايه؟ لما يكون الثرمومتر on 25 to 40 Celsius. طب عندنا بقى ال 40 Celsius دي it's a very hot weather. The weather is very hot, and of course it will be the summer. It will not happen in winter, it will not happen in autumn, it will not happen in, you know, the other thing, which is I think spring, of course, yeah. So this will only happen when it's summer. يعني دايما في فصل الصيف هتلاقي ممكن درجة الحرارة توصل ل 40 Celsius and it will be very very hot. So يبقى احنا عندنا الطالب لازم يعرف ان ال very hot weather it will only happen when the weather is 40 Celsius or something like this. I mean 40, 42, 45, but not less than this. لكن مش أقل من كده. ولازم برضه يعرف إن ال weather هيبقى very hot. This means that this is the season of summer. It will not happen in winter. يعني مش هيحصل في فصل الشتاء. It will not happen in autumn. مش هيحصل في فصل الخريف. It will not happen even in spring. مش هيحصل في فصل الربيع. It only will happen when it's summertime. Let's see what else we have here. The weather is warm when the temperature is 15 to 25 Celsius. I mean طبعا ال weather هيبقى warm, very warm، يعني هيبقى دافي. warm يعني دافئ. warm when the temperature is 15 to 25 Celsius. يعني لما يبقى عندنا درجة حرارة من 15 ل 25, this means the weather is warm. طب guess كده, when can we see a warm weather? In which season? And we will take a video about season actually. هناخد طبعا فيديو عن ايه هي seasons عشان الطالب يحفظها لو الطالب مش مرجعها كويس. But when is the weather warm? يعني امتى نتوقع كده ايه season when the weather is warm؟ دافي. Well, I think if you get the answer, then that's cool, because I think it will be cool as we see here, or sorry, it will be warm when actually it's the season. Maybe sometimes if it's summer, but if it's a good summer in good countries, and most of times in the spring, because in the spring the temperature is not so low and it's not so high, so it will most of times be warm. يعني طبعا في فصل السبرينج الحرارة بتبقى warm، بتبقى معتدلة دايما، warm دافية. It's not so cold, not very cold, not very hot. It's always warm between 50 to 25 Celsius here in the middle. You know, it may split the thermometer into halves. يعني بتقسم الورم اهي، بتقسم الثرمومتر لنصفين. And the weather is cool. It's very cool when it's 5 to 15 Celsius. The weather is cool when it's 5 to 15 Celsius. Cool means not very cold but cold. I mean, it's not warm, it's not hot, and you will feel some cold but it's not so cold. يعني الجو مش برد جدا، بس انت هتحس بايه، بان الدنيا ساقعة، مش اللي هو بقى ان الدنيا مثلا دافية ولا مثلا الجو حار، لا. it will be so cool. cool هنا معناها ان الجو بارد شوية، but it's not so cold، يعني مش لدرجة ان انت بقى ايه تحس بقى ان انت ايه مش قادر خالص يعني ومحتاج تتدفى وكده. So this is the cool weather and it's between 5 and 15 Celsius. Here in Egypt cool means so cold. يعني هنا بالنسبة لنا احنا ان ال temperature تبقى 5 to 15 Celsius, it means that we are so cold. But in other countries this is a plus. دي عندهم بتبقى نعمة أصلا إن هي 5 to 15 just like Canada and England and places like this. The weather is 5 to 15, it's very very warm actually. It's not even cool, it's very warm for them. دي بالنسبة لهم أصلا ده دفء مش أصلا برد. طبعا بقى ال weather is cold in everywhere when it's under 5 Celsius, when it comes to 0 Celsius or even under this, when it comes to the negative. I mean, in other countries there are temperature degrees just like 5, -5 or -10 even. يعني في بعض الدول بتبقى بالماينس، يعني بتبقى الجو تحت زيرو طبعا، وبتبقى من 0 ل 5 هو ده الكولد. طبعا من الفيري بقى very cold ممكن ينزل كمان تحت زيرو. لكن طبعا ده موجود في أماكن احنا خدنا مكان منهم in the first term which is the I do think it's the Antarctic. Yeah, the Antarctic دي كانت موجودة في التندرا، كانت موجودة في البيئة بنسميها التندرا. وكان في حاجة اسمها الأنتاركتيك اللي هي بالعربي يعني أنتاركتيكا، اللي هي قارة من القرى اللي احنا عارفينها، اللي هي بتقترب من القطبين. ودي قارة طبعا هي تلج طوال العام، يعني مفيش حاجة بقى اسمها سمر، مفيش حاجة اسمها سبرينج ولا في الكلام ده، هي كولد طول السنة. طبعا درجة الحرارة بتبقى ماينس زيرو، بتبقى مثلا ممكن تبقى -10 -12 -20. بس طبعا فيها ناس قليلة جدا، لا تتعدى نسبة السكان في القارة دي 1% من سكان طبعا الأرض. فهي اسمها Antarctic tundra. I remember it, Antarctic tundra. That's it. So this is the different types of temperature: hot, very hot, warm, cool, and cold. Let's see here the lesson on the book. تعالوا نشوف بقى الليسون في البوك. هنا في سؤال مهم جدا. It's a very important question and the students have to understand it and know how to ask it and answer it, because in the exam they may be asked something like this. We will get a passage، هيكون عندهم قطعة and they may be asked what is the weather like in England, what is the weather like in Cairo, and we will see Cairo here in Aswan and they are here as you see. So what is the weather like؟ يعني الطقس عامل ايه بقى؟ طبعا في درس التمبريتشر المفروض ان احنا خلاص خلصنا الويذر وخدناه في المره اللي فاتت، قلنا the weather is sunny, the weather is windy, snowing, foggy, rainy, there is tender lightning، في برق ورعد. يعني ده الويذر هنا. لكن طبعا احنا ممكن ايضا نعبر عن الويذر بالتمبريتشر. فممكن نقول what is the weather like in Aswan for example. As you see the temperature is 22, so we took that 22 means the weather is warm. So we can say the weather is warm in Aswan. today the weather is warm in أسوان today. الطقس دافئ النهاردة في أسوان، وده طبعا عرفناه من temperature degree اللي قدامنا اللي هي 22. In Port Said it's 15 Celsius. This means that the weather is warm too. يعني هنا الويذر برضو ايه warm. In Cairo it's 13 temperature degree. Well, 13 Celsius means that the weather is not warm anymore. It's cool. يعني الجو أصبح إيه بقى؟ برد. طب what about Hurghada? I think in Hurghada it's 18 and this means it's also warm. So we have 3 cities in Egypt, Aswan, Port Said and Hurghada. They are warm, and only Cairo it's cool because it's between 5 and 15 Celsius. So this is the weather like. How is the weather like in these places في الأماكن دي؟ فاحنا نقدر نعبر عن الويذر ب sunny, windy, snowy, foggy، ونقدر برضو نعبر عنه من خلال temperature degree. الاتنين يعني بيكملوا بعض. It's a complementary lesson. ده درس مكمل للويذر. So here بيسألني it's winter in Egypt. يعني احنا في فصل الشتاء في مصر. What is the weather like in أسوان مثلا؟ فطبعا انت اجابتك المفروض تبقى ايه؟ It's warm. وده بناء على ايه؟ بناء على ان ال 15 to 25 سيلسيوس هيبقى warm، هنا 22 يبقى هي ايه؟ ما بين ال 15 وال 25 يبقى it's very warm or it's warm. طبعا in other places it's also warm, only in Cairo it's cool. Let's see a video about the weather. هنشوف هنا فيديو عن الweather. وطبعا في الفيديو ده طبعا ايه I want you to listen carefully and let your son or daughter listen carefully to the video 2 or 3 times. Do not let her listen only one time, no, 2 or 3 times. Let her comment, let her tell you what is the meaning of the words in the video, and let her tell you some sentences from the video. Ask her to tell you some sentences from the video. يعني اسأل الطالب عن شوية ايه معلومات من اللي هو استفادها من الفيديو. Let's start. 1 2 3. There's a little lag. Well, we are starting.
English Sing Sing.
4.
Spring. Warm. Warm. Spring is warm. Flower. Flower.